Hey guys, Facebook Live is not letting me go live from Facebook or from Zoom. So I am just going to have to record this with the questions that I received from you already. So I apologize that I'm not live. But if you have any questions that come up, please, please let me know in the comments or send me a private message if you want the questions to be anonymous, and I will make sure to get this answered for you. So I am going to start with this list of questions I compiled throughout this week from you guys. There's lots of questions about starting a business, figuring out something to do in nursing outside of a hospital, passive income. There's a lot of good questions in here. So, all right, a lot of you said that you don't really know what you want to do right now, but you know you want to earn money so you can raise your kids. So there's a lot of different things you can do, right? Like if you just need to earn extra money so you can give your kids more of what you want, there's lots of ways to pick up little bits of extra income. If you want to be able to not have to work outside the home, there's lots of options. So if you watched yesterday's video, I talked a lot about my favorite online virtual jobs, so you don't have to leave the house. Sorry, I got a loud one today. So you don't have to leave the house to go to a job and miss out on your kids growing up and having to pay, for daycare and all of those things. Or sometimes, I talk to people who were fine with the way things were, but now it's not possible. It's not realistic with having to distance learn from home for kids, or you just don't want to send them to school anymore because of all the craziness in the world. So everyone has a reason, and whatever that is absolutely something that you need to, figure out how to deal with. Like, we all have different reasons for needing to make money from home or extra money on the side or whatever. We all have different lifestyles. Whatever your reason is, it's legit, and there are options for you. So this question was, how to earn money so you can raise your kids. There's a ton of different ways. So I definitely recommend you go and watch all the videos I did this week, but especially yesterday, the top 4 favorite online jobs, because that I gave a really good overview of some really popular freelance positions that you can do. Whether you just need to make, a couple extra $100 a month, or you want to make, more than that, a few thousand, you need to replace your whole income, whatever. And let's see, the next question was to build my business so I can have financial security. So I don't know the details if you already have a business or if you're trying to start a business. There are a ton of different business things you can do. I mean, the possibilities are endless, right? Like, whether you want to start a service-based business, which is what I teach, becoming a virtual assistant, a social media manager, any kind of service provider, freelancer, online business manager, web designer, possibilities are endless. Or if you want to build a business selling a product, whether it's physical or digital, there's a lot of people who start out by selling some sort of product, whether they build a website to sell it. I hope you can hear me. My child is being extra loud today. So whether you are, you build a website to sell, or you use something, to set up your sales platform like Shopify or something like that, or you're selling on Etsy, or you're selling, on social media, like however it is, there's lots of different ways to set up a business to sell products. Another question on here was about passive income. So I think that's everyone's dream, right? Like to have passive income. So setting up a business where you are selling something that, usually it's a digital product. It could be a physical product if you're doing, I think it's called drop shipping. I think that's the phrase people use, the term. My husband did that for a while, but it wasn't totally passive. So what he did was he would buy college textbooks and he would sell them through Amazon. So he would get the books, he'd have to package them up, send them to Amazon, and then Amazon would ship them out to people. But he had to do all the listing on Amazon, so it was still a lot of labor. But there is a way to set that up. Are you okay? Okay. There is a way to set that up so that you can totally skip all of the physical labor, right? So you can pay someone or pay Amazon to put all the listings up and do the whole ship, receiving and shipping, all of that. So there are definitely ways. There's a lot of different things you can do. So passive income, a lot of people, to get something going quick, is they set up some sort of digital product and they set it up so everything is automated, so they don't have to be working in their business. And it doesn't mean there's no work involved getting that set up. So it's not just like super easy unless you have the funding to set it up and then pay someone to manage, customer service requests and check on things, make sure things are running smoothly and all that. But there are a lot of options. So no matter where you're at in your life, your finances, your work, your career, the world, no matter where you're at, there are options for you to make money from home. There's definitely ways to set up more passive incomes. But to get that big enough, it can take a little more time. So a lot of people start with being a service provider. Like I always talk about, virtual assisting, that type of thing, because you can start making money immediately. And then a lot of times they will start working on passive income products, like digital products on the side. Another thing I see a lot of people do, especially lately, is design things like shirts and stickers, and then sell the design, but have a company do all of the, manage all of the orders, the printing, shipping, all of that. It's so loud today. I'm so sorry. It's our last day of quarantine, so I think we're all going a little stir crazy. So, anyways, I just tested this out recently. I had been wanting to make stickers for corporate rejects. So I really want to find a local place to make some really cool ones, but I decided just to test it out. So I took my design and uploaded it onto a website that does all of it. You make an account, you upload and put the design on whatever products you want. So stickers, shirts, mugs, like literally anything. They have like totally random stuff on there too. And then people can purchase, and it all goes through the company. Like you don't have to do anything. So that's really nice. I got the stickers because I ordered some for myself to see what they were like. And they came out really good, and it was really simple. So there, like I said, there's a lot of things you can do. So no matter what your goals are, what your desires are, what your interests are, there's something. So if you haven't already booked a free clarity call with me, I highly encourage you to do that. I'll drop the link because I want to be a sounding board so you can talk about what it is that you want, what you think you want, what your goals are, so I can help give you the best advice and resources that I have to help you start going in that direction. So I know that's kind of a big long answer. But passive income, yes, we're all trying to get there. Less work and more income, right? And helping more and more people on a bigger scale. A lot of you had questions about just wanting to start a home business. Again, there's so many options. So, come into the Corporate Reject Connection group, and you can make posts and talk about ideas you have, and ask questions, and, get the support. See if there's anyone else in the group who has done what you want to do, start making connections. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I had a couple of you ask questions about wanting to still do something in the nursing realm, but outside of the hospital setting. So there's a lot of options outside of the hospital setting. So I don't know if you still want to work in person with people, just not in a hospital. If so, there are a lot of options. Home health, hospice care, surgery centers, doctor's offices. I know I talked about this a little bit in another video this week, but there are a lot of RNs who will again, I don't know if you need an extra like special something, but they'll start like cosmetic practices, to call them, but where they will do like Botox injections, stuff like that. So there's, you know, stuff like that. I know when I worked for a doctor, when I was still working, you know, in an office, they wanted me to do, gosh, I can't remember what it was. It was some kind of cosmetic type procedure that I could do on his behalf. I can't remember what it was now. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, some sort of, I think it was laser, some sort of laser treatment. So anyways, there's a lot of different options. There's also, you know, different types of clinics. So sometimes, you know, if you are someone who's more holistic, you could work in a different type of office that is doing different types of treatments, you know, more alternative holistic treatments. So there's a lot of different options. There's also nurse health coaching. You can do consulting. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. You can always, you know, work privately and do in-home care for people. Obviously, you have to check your state and, you know, see. I know that, you know, different boards of nursing can have different rules on what you can do with your license. So obviously, that's a place you want to stop and check first. But, you know, start doing some internet searches and see what other people are doing. So if you're a nurse and you want to do something different, start looking to see what other people are doing and just start getting ideas. And once you really open your mind to it and start looking, you'll see that there are a lot of other opportunities out there. And there's a lot of people who move from, you know, floor nursing to working completely online. So there's a lot of things you can do completely from home or anywhere. So there's options for you, whether you want to work in person or not in person. And again, make sure you watch the video from yesterday, because I think it was the one yesterday. I talk about that more. There was one I did earlier in the week too. Just watch all the videos from this week because I talked about this a lot. Tomorrow, baby. Let's see. I want to increase employment. Not really sure what that means. You want to increase your employment. So do you want to work more hours? I'm not really sure how to answer that question. So if you want to tell me in the comments, you know, give me more of a defined question, I will answer that. Another person said that they want to get out of working night shifts. So I take that as you want to still work at the hospital or wherever you're at, but you just don't want to work night shifts. So there's definitely things you can do there. The very first thing that comes to mind is make sure that what you want is known to your boss, to whoever makes the schedule, makes those decisions. And, you know, start doing anything you need to do to increase your chances of moving to a different type of shift, or if you're wanting to or willing to change your job completely to a different department or a whole different location, that might be an option. Again, like I said a little bit earlier, if you are a nurse, I mean, there's so many opportunities, different options, depending on where you live and how many medical facilities are around you, but there's, you know, a lot of jobs that don't require night shifts. So if you're working, again, like in an outpatient surgery center, you know, those are pretty normal daytime hours. If you are working like an infusion center, so like a dialysis clinic or, you know, some sort of other infusion center, usually those have, you know, daytime hours. Home health care, sometimes home health care, they still require you to be on call 24 hours. Hospice can vary, but still there's generally a lot of daytime shifts. Home health, I already said that. What else? Working in a doctor's office. some sort of clinic setting, those are daytime hours. So there's a lot of different options. If you're wanting to work from home and have daytime shifts or more flexible shifts, you can definitely look into work from home nursing positions, whether it's phone triage or working for like an insurance company or a pharmaceutical company, or there's a lot of different companies that have work from home opportunities that you can do, during regular business hours. So yeah, so let me know if you're like looking to get out of nursing, or at least nursing in person, if you're wanting to work from home, if you're wanting to start your own service type business or some other kind of business, influencer business, whatever, affiliate business, and there's so many different things, right? So let me know if you can, if there's other things you want to know more about. A lot of you said that you want to get out of working in nursing. So this is something I understand and I talk a lot about and have a lot of options to share. Again, I've been sharing all week in videos, so make sure you've checked them all out. A lot of you said that you want to figure out a way to work from home. I want to find a business. How do I find a business? Again, it's not a very detailed question. So finding a business. So I guess you need to think about what you're looking for and what your interests are. So is there something that you are like, what you want to do and you're not sure how to start the business? Are you looking for something you can, like a business that's already going, that you can purchase the business and keep going? So yeah, again, let me know more details about that. How do I have a business that allows me to travel and still make money? Oh, I love this one because that's why, a big why. I mean, obviously the biggest thing that made me make a change was having my son, but travel is life. Like all I want to do is travel. So I can totally get this. So when I very, very first, before I even started my VA business, I started my travel blog. Of course, then I realized, with a newborn and just the amount of time and energy I had, I was still working as a full-time nurse and I had an infant. I just wasn't in the place mentally to travel and really do the things I needed to do to make a travel blog very profitable, fast, to replace my income. So I still have my travel blog. It's been sitting there a little bit idle and I'm just starting to get it going again because it's what I really love. But there are so many things you can do while traveling. So all of the jobs that I've shared with you this week, and I mean all the time, but all of the virtual jobs are all things you can do while traveling. Even when I was a work-at-home nurse and I was doing phone triage, I still traveled. I had to be available during, the business hours of the company I worked for. So when I still lived in Oregon and I would come to visit Hawaii, I'd be like 3 hours behind. So I'd have to get up and work so instead of 8 to 5, I'd work, 5 to 2 or something like that. 5 to 2, I think. And then I'd have the whole rest of the day to enjoy Hawaii. So the point is, whether you are working remotely or you are working as a freelancer, you can absolutely travel. All you need is your computer and Wi-Fi. So as long as you go somewhere you have Wi-Fi access, you're good. So I talked about this yesterday too, but being a virtual assistant, being a social media manager, those are things that are really easy to do from anywhere. And it doesn't matter, what time you're doing your work. There are some virtual assistant jobs where they do want you available certain hours. So it totally depends on what you're doing. So if you're doing like live customer support or you're assisting your clients in live webinars, something that is time, like a certain time, then obviously you need to be available. But you have the freedom to choose what you want to do and, what availability you have. So again, something I really, like for people who are busy working moms coming into this industry and wanting to get a taste is starting to do social media management because it's easy. You can do a lot of it from your phone. You can pre-schedule all of the posts from your computer when you have time. And if you're on the road, whether you're traveling or you're just, at all of the different sporting events and appointments and stuff, you can be doing other parts of your job from your phone. So there are so many options. And I have been communicating with a lot of full-time RV families, RV travel families lately, because that's something I still really want to do. And I'm looking to make happen within the next year. And they all work remotely. They all, most of them are freelancers. Some of them have like remote jobs. They just choose, campgrounds and places where they have Wi-Fi. Or they set up, satellite internet if they're going to be somewhere that doesn't, offer internet. So if you really want it, you can make it happen. That's my point. Like, if you really want it to happen, you can. A lot of these questions are duplicates of things I've already answered, so I'm not going to answer them again. But if I miss anything, please let me know in the comments, and I will make sure to get it answered for you. I want to be able to serve others while earning extra income. Yes. I love that, because the first thing you said is serving others. So you're already off to a good start with that mindset. So again, are you wanting to serve others and earn extra income from home, freelancing, doing some extra jobs? So, or is the extra income because you're a single income family, your husband works, and you want to make extra income, right? So again, depending on what you're doing and what kind of time you have to commit, you can absolutely make extra income. So let me know if you have more details on that. I want to build up my savings. Yeah, I mean, when I first started as a virtual assistant, I would take on, I took on everything. I just did whatever. And I was still working full-time as a nurse with an infant, and I worked nights and weekends from home, bless you, or whenever I had, extra time, which it's hard to feel like you ever have extra time as a busy working mom, right? But I wanted it bad enough. I didn't want to just make extra income, although that helped. I wanted to replace my income. But for me, I needed to go in steps. So if leaving behind your career and go full on freelancing, like, makes you like clam up, like, no way, I can't do that, like, not possible, that's okay. Like, some of us have to go in steps, right? Even being an impulsive person like I am, there's situations where I have to take steps to get there, right? So I think, I'm trying to remember, I still worked for a couple of years as a virtual nurse when I first started my VA business, and I slowly started to reduce my hours. So I went from working full-time down, I would cut like a day out, I don't know, every few months, until I was only working like 2 days a week. And then I think I went down to like a few hours a day for a couple days a week. I don't remember all the little details, but I slowly transitioned out of the nursing job and more full-time into my virtual business. So if it scares the crap out of you and you're not ready to make a big jump, like, that's totally okay. Just start doing little things. Take on a client, that you can do work for in, some evenings and on the weekend. You take on one client at 10 hours a month, making $25 an hour. Okay, that's like what, 2.5 hours a week and an extra $250. Like, yes, it's small, but it's also a small time commitment. So do you have an extra 2.5 hours a week? Probably. Do your time diary, like I always talk about, and see where you can fit that time in. Because as you do and start really documenting your time and where you're spending time and what you're spending time on, you start to see, okay, I actually have more hours than I thought I did. And you can start taking on projects like that, whether it's an ongoing thing where it's a certain amount of hours per month, or you are taking on just like project-based things. Like, you have the power and the freedom to do that. So just start doing it little bits. Do one client at a time, and add on a little bit more. And eventually you'll see that, like, oh, like, I'm making all this money, or, oh, I'm making enough to replace my income now. And I'm still working my job. Like, you can do that for a while. Eventually you're going to get tired and you're going to have to choose, like, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to leave my job? Most of us are like, heck yeah, right? Or you might decide you don't like freelancing and stop and continue to work your job. I mean, doesn't hurt to try. So, all right. Another person said that they want to explore home care nursing. That's awesome. I think home care nursing has grown even more now, if people are trying even more to stay out of the hospital. So that's awesome. Great. Home nurses are so important. Every now and then I look just to see what's going on, in the area around me, and there's always home nursing positions. There's always hospice nursing positions. I know some areas have hospice like facilities where people go into them, not just like nursing homes that also offer hospice. Like here in Maui, there's a place that's like just hospice, but a lot of people do hospice care from home. So that's another idea. But yeah, most of your questions are like, how do I make money from home? I want to be home, or I need to be home, or I'm stuck at home. I don't know if that's the question. That's the answer, right? Like, I'm stuck at home. I need to make money. Totally understand. Again, so many of these questions were answered in my videos this week. So please check the announcements tab and watch those. I want to earn more money and be my own boss. Heck yes, it's the best. I want to make an income while spending time with my children. Yes. You are in the right place. Okay. I'm just going through these questions. Again, a lot of them are duplicates, so. I want to learn how to use my nursing skills from home. I kind of answered this too, but yeah, there's so many things you can do. Another thought that just popped into my head is I've seen a lot of nurses and medical professionals offer trainings and courses online to help nurses expand their skills. I've shared about one of the clients I used to have who teaches nurses how to create resumes and how to land, dream jobs. There are nurses and other medical professionals. Like, I know people who are trained to teach like CPR and different, specialty things like that. They create online courses to teach people. There's people who have created certifications, like certified medical assistants. There's people who have created programs to set up training and testing for people to become certified medical assistants. There's so many, again, the possibilities are endless. So you can still use your nursing skills from home. There's, certain nurses that find like their niche that they love, and they kind of more like influencers, I guess, but they are always talking about that particular area. And then they do a lot of affiliate marketing for different, products and services that they use. So again, no matter what it is that you are interested in, there is a place for you. There's a lot of people who help people who are going to be taking their nursing exams. So if you really like educating and want to help share those nursing skills and experiences you have, there's absolutely a place for you. Okay, I think that's about it for these questions. Again, put any other questions that you have, or if I talked about your question and it gave you more questions, or I asked you for clarification, let me know, because I want to answer those questions. And again, you can always post in the group questions and ideas. Oh, there was one other question. I thought, where did it go? I have like a spreadsheet of all the questions, and I'm like trying to read through them. Telehealth positions. Yeah, that is a super awesome, something I did. And I talked about this in other videos this week, but another thing that just pops to my head, I'm always like getting like different things popping into my head, right? I worked with a lot of, I'm trying to think of the word, companies. Why am I blanking? companies that work with doctors' offices for preventing, helping to prevent readmissions. The heck do you call these companies? I'm like, what the heck? I can't even think of the name of the one I last worked with. It's been, a couple of years and I can't quite remember. And I feel like such a dodo head. But they had a lot of nurses working for them. So and if I can think about it, I'll add it in later. But these are companies that work with, like, okay, I'll give an example. So the last doctor I worked for was a surgeon. So Medicare patients, if they were going to have a joint replacement, we would put their information in, and they would have nurses from this company contacting them at different points. One of you probably will pop in the comments. I don't know why my brain is totally blanked. They would contact the patients prior to surgery to make sure they had everything they needed, make sure all their questions were answered, to help prevent readmissions. I am so irritated with my brain right now. Anyways, and so that was something I did at that job, and then in previous jobs too. The job before that, we did transitional care. So I did a lot of transitional care management where I was doing like that job, but for the doctor I worked for. So anyone who had been admitted into the hospital, or even had gone to the ER, I would contact and make sure that they understood their medications and, make sure they had all the equipment they needed, and, would do follow-up calls to help prevent readmissions, right? So it's all part of the government, Medicare government incentive programs to prevent readmissions. So, again, can't think of the name of it, like the actual name of it, but that's an option you could do from home. And the nurses that worked at the one company that I last worked with, that again I can't think of at the moment, they were all over the country, and they did everything from their computer. Sometimes they were communicating virtually, like texting with clients, patients, the ones that were tech savvy enough to have the app on their phone. Sometimes they were calling and checking in and answering questions. And then if they couldn't answer the questions based off the protocols, they would contact us at the office to help get the question answered, or if they thought they needed to be seen or whatever. So that's another job that might be good if you're looking for a telehealth position. So, all right, I hope that this was helpful, and let me know if you have additional questions. And again, please engage in the group, ask your questions. That's what it's here for. I'm here to help you figure out what it is that you want to do to, change your career, start working from home, start working, as a freelancer, no matter what it is. Like, I'm here to support you. So, okay, I will talk to you later. Bye.